Welcome or welcome back, everybody. It's week 2 of the Mini Cooper Challenge series on Sim Racing System. Second season of 2022. We are P3 of 12 drivers. Emiliano and Greg with very close qualifying times to mine. This will be fun, I think. I hope. If we don't get murdered in T1. It is Paul Ricard, so, you know, maybe. Here's hoping, you know. We just make it through okay.
Green, green, green.
Right side. Hold your line.
P4 got a better start.
Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear right.
Got forced into the penalty area.
You'll need to slow down if you don't want a penalty.
It's fine, we can take it later. That's Rob with the jump into P3. Very, very well done. Think we got a better exit though.
On your left. Still there. Hold your line. Clear left.
Of course we got an incident point. There we go.
You're locking your right rear.
It was sort of a cheeky place to take a penalty, but he just kind of drove into the back of my car. That's less than great. Oh, Greg. He's got to work off a penalty before the timing line. Oh, that's a killer. Dropped into 7th. Yikes. That is brutal.
We're seeing lots of right rear locking.
Ate up a lot of ground there. .2. This is working out.
Last lap was a 140.2. The guy behind has just done a 140.2. You're locking your right rear.
I'm lifting my right rear, Jim.
The gap behind's increased to 1.6 seconds. Okay, Pasha, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
Almost had a 139 there.
That lap time was 140.1. That's your quickest lap in this session. P2.
Much better exit. Oh, we're getting this.
You're gaining on the guy in front.
Purple pips down the Mistral. Oh, he's feeling it. Yes. Blowing away my own personal best.
You've just done a 139.6. That's your best lap in this session.
Hope nobody needed that corner pylon. Ah, that wasn't great. Oh no. Oh man. James, no.
Yellow flag, caution. You're locking your rears a lot.
Yes, I am. What's up, Juan? We are gapping Augie.
Okay, Pasha, we're matching race pace. Your last lap time was a 139.7.
We've seen Emiliano feel some pressure a couple of times here. Just gotta stay in his mirrors. Oh, dang it. That's not the way to do it. Too hot into the chicane. Well, we'll definitely stay in his mirrors this time because we won't be passing him.
We're seeing lots of right rear locking.
We seem to really gain on him in Sector 3 here.
The gap in front is now 2.1 seconds. Okay, Pasha, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. You're looking really good. Come on, keep your focus. We're halfway home. Fuel's going to be tight. We're not sure you'll make it to the end.
We'll be
That
fine.
lap was a 140.0. Your lap times are pretty consistent.
Pushing that brake point a little too far now. Much better. Every best lap of the session is a personal best at this point. Another purple pip onto the Mistral, that'll help.
You're locking your right rear.
Yes, I am. It's because it's in the air, Jim. We could see a 138 here.
We're currently setting the pace. That lap was at 139.4. Okay, Pasha, you've used half your fuel.
Screwed up the exit there, took it in too aggressively. Can't get greedy in the chicane. Gotta set up that exit.
You're locking your right rear.
Did the stream just cut out for a second? That was weird. Just noticed my preview window went a little dark for a second. I'm still here.
All right, Pasha, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Oh,
Your
this
lap
is
time
good.
was 139.9.
Staying under 140s. God, Emiliano. No! Oh, man. Gave up half a second there. Maybe even a full second by the time we get into the end of the Mistral.
The gap ahead is now 1.8.
Oh, man. I botched it that time. Can't overdrive this section. Gotta just be patient with it. Just send it.
We're seeing lots of left rear locking. That's 5 minutes to go. Come on, keep it together. We'll be on the podium here.
I mean, I can't be displeased with a second place on track.
You've just done a 140.4.
There we go. We're fine, I think. Fuel calculator says I can take 3 liters out, so I believe me. Boy, he is flirting with track limits out there. Oh no, I went too deep.
You're locking your left rear.
Gave up a bunch of exit speed. Still seem to have gained time on him this lap.
Push, we can get second place here. That was a 139.6.
Maybe. We've been trading tenths. One or the other of us will make a mistake each lap, and it'll either shrink or grow by that mistake. We're holding our own against Martin, who started with a last to first challenge and has not gained on us in a while. I seem to have Emmy's number in Sector 3 here.
Two minutes to go, 2 minutes. Okay, Pasha, you're locking your rears a lot.
Yes, definitely.
We estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining. One more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium. We're quickest right now.
Overdriving will kill you on this way up. No! Rear end broke loose on me. Somehow managed to save it. Gave up 7 tenths on Emmy. That may well be the race unless he has a catastrophic mistake or a slowdown. Or both. Ah, dang it. Might have been able to keep the pressure on if I hadn't botched that first sector there. What a drive from Emiliano. Flag to flag win for him. But a P2 for Team Z.
Well done, Pasha. Great drive. That's a podium.
That was awesome. This car is so good around here. I love Sector 3 for touring cars. It's such a good layout for front-wheel drive race cars with that decreasing radius. Right.
On your left.
That was awesome. Yeah, well done, Emiliano. Good job, Martin, getting up into the podium from last for the first challenge. Practice does help. It sure does. Yeah, I ran a couple of practice races just before the session, just before turning on the broadcast. So let me get Sim Hub shut down here because we won't need that for the replay. And let us, in fact, get into that replay. Did a Tatuus hourly the other night. That was really fun, too. Hello. Where's my race? There it is. I think this might be the practice race as well. Yeah, this is the practice race I ran before the session. Let's get into this for a second. You're done with AC. Oh man, did you get a penalty right at the end of the lap? That's the worst here, though. If you run wide there in that last corner, you have to serve the penalty before you get to the timing line, which is like right in front of you. So you have to basically stop and wait out the penalty. It sucks. It's interesting, though, like the cut penalties, they're only 6 seconds instead of 10, but they're in the worst places. Let's get into the liveries. There's nothing new from last week, but avoided a wreck and got a 12-second slowdown. Yeah, that's I got pushed wide in T2. But anyway, let's see. Here's me in the number 97, guard duck on the hood and everything. Zerøbandwidth. IMSA Street Tuner livery. Anybody who was watching IMSA in 2017 remembers the Continental Challenge. This is a bit of an anachronism because this is a newer car than what raced in 2017, but got all the badges on there. Looks good. There is very little weight transfer. Here's Rob Russo in the number 13 Slow Bros Racing Machine. Another orange and black car with red wheels, and I think the license plate is slightly darker in this light model. Russell Sobey in the number 73 SOB Racing Osney Main Society Machine. Very cool. SOB Racing. Love it. Augie using the stock 47. Marcos just going with gray. J. Gabriel number 16. Andy in the 88. SRS TV is copying James Leader, who is back here somewhere. Martin Smith with the 29. This is a custom livery. An older one, apparently, but oldie but a goodie, as they say. I love the eyes. The headlight eyes. Works really well on this car. So there you go with that. And James Leader, the newest addition to the Zerøbandwidth stable. Number 013. PSR logos all over the car as the second title sponsor. This color scheme seems to have worked out pretty well. Emiliano Videla, the number 5. New livery for this season to match the updated Aston Martin F1. Nice matte black rear end. Moving the hex pattern into the black stripe away from the main green body of the livery. Very cool look. Looking forward to this all season. And then I think finally, because I think I'm next on the grid, here's Greg in the team car, number 24. Actually beat me in qualifying. Well done. By, what was it, 5,000ths of a second? We were so close in quali. But yeah, I'd say that was a pretty even match there. Oh, I need to fix the INI files for the skin, because you notice the driver is all white. The driver suits are actually supposed to be color matched to the liveries, but I messed up the INI file because I think these skins use something other than driver for the driver section. Maybe a no Hans device kind of thing. Too much brake bias, yeah. I forgot to crank it up before the race started, so I was having some difficulties too. Right at the end of the race, I almost lost it trying to chase Emiliano into turn 1. But yeah, let's watch that start. And I want to see this from Rob's car. I think we had some difficulties here in the opening couple of corners. Well, it's a fixed series, so yeah. Yeah, 72 felt okay, particularly when you get to the sector 3. You can really stab the brake and send it in. He does everything he can to stay inside. He just pushed out on him. So I had to give him room here, but what that did was give me a 6-second penalty right off the bat. He has the wheel turned full right, but I had to go wide to avoid him, and going over that rumble strip gave me the penalty. So now I'm carrying a 6-second slowdown somewhere. 69%, nice. Good first sector from everybody. Rob gets a little bit of a shaky exit. That allows me to get in the draft. Get out of the Mistral straight. We pull out here. That was close. Back to have a 4 wide, yikes. So we get in here, and I admit this was pretty cheeky, but we'll go watch this from Rob's car. So I turn in here and start taking the slowdown. And then he just, yeah, I just slowed down more than he expected me to. Because I wasn't on the brakes, so we didn't have brake lights to go by. And I just kept slowing down and I mean, that was a pretty dumb idea for my part, I guess. Looking back on it, I probably should have waited and taken it in the final corner complex instead of trying to do it here. I mean, there are no brake lights on my, I'm not on the brakes, right? So he has every reason to believe that I'm about to accelerate out of the corner, so he tries to follow me, and nope, I'm not, in fact, going faster yet. So, bit of an unlucky situation for him. That was at least partly on me. For misleading him into thinking I was actually going to hit the gas here. And then, of course, Augie has nowhere to go. Well, I deserve that incident point, I suppose. How far were you off? Oh, so the slowdown, was it here? Or was it in the final corner? I guess you picked it up here, right? Well, maybe not. No, you got inside of that marker. The thing is, you have to have at least both right side tires inside of the yellow curb markers. Yeah, so when you cross that, you don't have any tires on the track. So that's where the penalty was. Boink. And now you're screwed because the start finish is like right there in front of you, so you have to slow down. Oh, that sucks. And did you have the option to let off the gas, or did you have to actually go to 21 miles an hour? Because sometimes it gives you the option of slowing down, or of just letting off the gas. Okay. But I mean, you know, you're already going slowly at that point. But it's just brutal because you have to serve it before the end of the lap, and the end of the lap is right in front of you at that point, so you have to stop. Super dumb. Well, that's a shame. Sorry, buddy. Let's watch this a little further back, because I think there may have been some drama back here as well. Andy taking it way wide. Just oh yeah, there's the 3 wide going into turn 3 there, or 2, 3, whatever that is. Andy's like, nah, I don't want any of that. No thanks. Look at that pack of cuties. See if we can get a nice little shot of the group here. Whoop. Gonna need the depth of field to be cranked down here. How low can we go on the depth of? Oh yeah, there we go. That's cool. We can get practically everybody there. Oopsie, except turning the camera is now a bit of a dicey situation. That is neat. I like it. Boink. Anyway. This fight through the back must have been interesting. Let's go on board with James for a second. There's Rob's spin. And you're like, how wide's he gonna go? Martin sneaks through. Now you've got the penalty. Go up to James here. Actually, let's stay in the back. Let me see if anything else wacky happens back here. It's surprisingly easy to either push wide or spin here as you're braking at the end of that corner to set up for the final corner. Jay has a penalty. Great. Looks like James is taking a slow down as well. Andy gets by Greg here on the straight. Oh, that penalty is just brutal. Ugh. Man. Whoopsie daisy. Who was that? Andy. That's not where the track goes, my friend. Whoops. That's slow down for Marcos. Going out of bounds outside of the tires there. Martin sneaking up behind Russell. All right, man. Thanks for coming to hang out and hope you enjoyed the race. Almost flat through that corner. Oh, Russell swinging wide into the paint. Got to come back from that. Ooh. Oh, that didn't knock down the pylon that time. Marco's sneaking up behind Martin. I love what you did to the wheels on this livery. That creates the spinning effect. That's really cool. I promise not to steal the idea, but I really like it. Oh no. I mean, I've done that in practice, and it is not friendly to the car. Looks like his brake bias is way back. Oh, God, so close. So while we're enjoying this battle in the replay, a little public service announcement to go along with this race. So I just had the first physical that I've had since before the plague times. I haven't been to the doctor since 2020, and yeah, it's an interesting line through there. And if you get it wrong, it's just doink. So it turns out I'm like dangerously low in vitamin D. Which makes sense since I've just been living in my basement pretty much between work and video games and not going anywhere because, plague. Yeah, I basically haven't been outside enough to get any sun or anything, and even with, occasionally remembering to take vitamins and all that kind of stuff and a decent diet. Yeah, I'm now taking a not quite emergency megadose of vitamin D, but certainly a larger quantity supplement than I've ever heard of before. So yeah, get outside. Get some sun. Don't spend all your time locked in a dark basement like I do. Whoa, so close to that thing. Yeah, exactly. Add a 0. That's the one I'm taking right now. Paul Ricard is outside, yeah. But I don't get as much vitamin D from like holding my skin up to the monitor. It's not quite the same. Whoa, Martin swinging way wide there. It's funny, there's so many different lines you can take through that corner. And, there are multiple ways to do it fast. No, dude, there are multiple fast lines through Sector 3. I love that about this course, is that there's not like one way to do it. Ooh, sliding wide there. Marco's a little bit hot into the final complex. Oh, and does he get the penalty as well? Looks like he should have, but he didn't. Interesting. And now Greg's sitting over there like, why didn't he get the penalty, bastard? Whoa. Oh, does he disconnect later? I didn't notice that. I was too busy trying to catch Emiliano. Oh, he was unsighted behind Martin. Oh, no. Trying so hard to catch up and make this pass on Martin. Comes in hot to the right-hander. Maybe forgot he was sitting on the right side of the car, and oh, man. Ouch. F's. Yeah. He just pushes just a little bit wide and then forgets that he's sitting on the right. Oof. Yep. F. Oh, Marcos, that's too bad, buddy. Drink water while you're yawning. Pro tip. So this must have been interesting. Between Martin, Russell, and Augie here. Yeah, if you catch it just right with the corner of the car, it's not quite as bad. Oh, and there's James's VR going dead. That's frustrating. Oh, they got slowdowns and you didn't? Oh, well. Pressured you into slowdown? Oh, man. A lot of success on this track depends on just staying clean. Like, you can be not the fastest car out there, but if the people in front of you keep getting slowdowns, which are all too easy to get. I mean, it's not Hockenheim, but it is pretty easy to find a slowdown out there. Yeah. At least didn't sucker him into a tire barrier. That's right. Oh, that was close. The graphics driver just freaks out. That's dumb. Oh, well. Are they service-side? Yeah? Yeah, they should. Well, I don't know. It's an interesting point. They should be. Although, your client knows where the track limits are. Did you practice on, were you practicing on Gran Turismo Panama servers, or you're talking about the 5-minute session in this race? Because GTP, I don't know if they have penalties turned on. Is Emiliano still here? Do you have penalties turned on the practice server, I wonder? Because, I mean, if it's just a practice server, you might turn them off. And if they have them turned off, then you might have found a slowdown and not even known it. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. The track limits do change depending on the session. Or the effects of track limits change depending on what kind of session you're in. Because there are some things that in practice will invalidate your lap, but in a race will not give you a penalty. Like there are a bunch of tracks where going wide in a corner, it'll invalidate your lap in practice, but it won't give you a penalty in the race. I think this mod tries to do that in some of the corners. Yeah. Well, in fact, you see those perpendicular sausages, like right where Martin's car is now. Those two, those are the markers that tell you where you have to be back inside the curbing before you get to those double sausages. If you're entirely on the curbing when you reach those markers, that's where the penalties are assessed. And it's the same with the final corner. You'll see that same double sausage curb just to the outside of the red curbing. And those are the markers that tell you have to be inside of that to avoid the penalty. See there? If you're completely off the asphalt, when you get to those, that's when you get the penalties. See, there's one there as well for people who go wide. Here you just have the giant tire wall. That's a much more decisive deterrent. Martin and James must have had some incredible laps here, but by the end of the race, I don't think we were gaining all that much. Here's the a little bit later. Martin coming up on Augie. Yeah, I love the inside rear wheel lifting on these cars every time you turn hard. Very realistic modeling there. Well, you can do that in a road car at an autocross. Like, you don't have to be going race car speeds to lift the inside rear wheel of a front wheel drive car. I used to do it all the time in autocross, going 25 miles an hour. Yank the wheel and lift the. Oh, there it is. There's the slowdown. Yeah, I love with the effects on Martin's wheels, you can actually see the left rear stop there and then spin back up when it hits the ground again. I love that. Well, that was very cool. For me, anyway. I really enjoyed that. Let's, my body seems to be running out of time to be awake today, though, so let's jump into the results. Standings, mini challenge. I've got an incident point from Rob right at the beginning, and I kind of deserve it, I suppose. Emiliano with the win, clean this time. I think it was clean last time, too, wasn't it? I come in second with an incident point for stopping in Rob's face. That was my bad. I'm just gonna take all blame off of him. That was just me being cheeky, and I deserved what I got. He did not deserve to fall to last place there. Let's see. Martin ties me with a third place, but no incident points. Augie with 1, Russell with 1, 4th and 5th. Rob Russo coming back to 6th, but with 4 incident points. He had a rough road of it. Jay Gabriel clean in 7th. Greg with 1 in 8th place. Handy, 3 laps down in 9th. Marcos noped out after 4 laps in the incident, trying to follow Martin through the chicane. James Leader with a tragic VR failure, but with 3 laps gets the points for the championship. So that's critical. It at least lasted long enough to get the points. 39.4 for Emiliano, 39.3. Is that the lap of the race? It is, in fact, yep, it is. Fastest lap of the race for the number 97. Yeah, boy. Oh, wait, no, there's a 39.0. Dang it! How dare you? How dare you? Fine, well, at least I kept it in the team. Top 2 lap times of the race on the team. But yeah, good times. Yeah, 5,000ths of a second separating us in qualifying. That was really fun. Yep, so there you go. Lap chart. Emiliano led flag to flag, but it was a bit more exciting than that. Started 3rd, got to 2nd. Let's see, Greg started 2nd, then had the tragic slowdown right at the beginning of the race, allowing everybody by. And then Martin with the dramatic trip up the field from 10th onto the podium. Augie in 3rd, just losing out there towards the end of the race. and very cool. Very cool stuff. Look at Rob, 4th to last, making it back up to 6th place. He didn't deserve what I did to him. We'll go into the championship standings. Emiliano leads with 2 wins. I am second, only 14 points behind, with 2 podiums, a second and a third. 190 points, then 5 more back to Martin. Then James in 4th. The obnoxious thing, of course, is these guys are doing last to first challenges, and I'm working my butt off. I think I started with 21 liters of fuel, and I had extra at the end. Look at this, 176, 175, 172 there for James Augie J in 4th, 5th, and 6th in the standings. And then only another 6 points back to Handy, then Russell and Greg, and then 4 more back to Rob. So this is still a pretty close series. We are going to Autodrome Most next week for the 3rd race, I think, right? Is it Most? Or is it Grobnik next week? It's Grobnik next week, so this will be fun. This is actually the series where I most heavily tested this car, is Grobnik, and then Most for week 4. That's right. They both start with Autodrome, so it got me confused. But Grobnik's really fun in this car. It's a very bumpy track, but this car copes with it better than a lot of others, and you can really just yeet it through the corners. It's super fun. I'm looking forward to it. And then Most in week 4. Then we still need to fix this. This is supposed to be the GP course for Brands. I still need to poke Enrique and get him to change this before week 5 comes around. But we still got a couple of weeks to try and make that happen. And then, of course, the finale at Watkins Glen. Can't wait for 3 laps of Grobnik. Yeah, it's a little frustrating with the VR stuff going on. But yeah, should be a good, these are all really good touring car tracks. I really hope we get the GP course set up for week 5 because, I mean, going to the back half of Brands Hatch is the whole point of going there in this car. Like, it's so much fun to go, down the hill there and just throw it in for the sweeper and then the 3 big right-handers in the back part of the course. I mean, that's the point of going to Brands Hatch in this car. So it'd be a shame if we miss it because the series is misconfigured. But I'll try to bend Enrique's ear and let him know that this is still incorrect. If it's hardware, that's gonna be rough. All right, but I think that's. I'm losing it a little bit. I'm getting pretty tired, so I think my body's trying to tell me that I should be signing off. So I will. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to myself. Oh, my incident average is down to 1.969. Nice. So with that, thanks everybody for coming out. That was a really fun race, and it's more fun with you. So let's do it again sometime. And, like next Monday. I'm not sure what else I'm going to be racing this week. Probably be doing some fantasy things later on this week. But until then, thanks everybody again, and nighty nights.